Now, Storm Watch 12 weather on News Watch 12.
Hey everybody, meteorologist Oliver Smith taking a look at Ashland. You can see way out there in the distance. It's pretty difficult to see because there's still plenty of smoke in the region. However, it is 82 degrees, a little bit warmer compared to 24 hours ago in Ashland. Now, high temperatures today, temperatures have had a big range along the Oregon coast. 83 degrees in Brookings, but 18 degrees cooler in Crescent City. They had a west wind, Brookings had a north wind, and that's why the big temperature difference, because the downsloping air over Brookings, that's what was going on along the coast. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s for the rest of the area. 88 was the high temperature in Medford, 80 in Lakeview. Now, we've had variable visibility throughout the last several hours and really the last several days, but Medford, Mount Sexton, Gold Beach, anywhere between 5 and 7 miles in terms of visibility. But again, that's been fluctuating throughout the day. The wind's not an issue for today. However, it is a bit on the breezy side up towards North Bend. Your wind has been pretty sustained between about 15 to 25 miles an hour. Brookings is here in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, so we're looking in the Smith River Complex fires, and you can see right over Darlingtonia, again, right there. There's that. That's not rain, but that is actually a smoke plume that's being picked up on radar. And you can see that murky image, this light gray color versus the black off to the left. This is a good indication that this is smoke. Again, smoke kind of acts like a fluid in the sense of it just goes up and spreads out pretty uniformly in most directions of where the wind is blowing from. So here we go. The clouds are not the same, obviously, because they're made of ice crystals. So you can see there's a distinct difference between the two. So in case you're ever wondering, is that smoke or is that clouds? Oh, there's your little lesson right there. There is a big area of low pressure way offshore. This will be approaching the state of Oregon over the next 24 to 48 hours and influence our weather, especially more towards next week. But it'll also change our weather in a little bit in terms of our air quality, because the Rogue Valley right now extending off towards the west, with the exception of Grants Pass, does have unhealthy air for sensitive groups. But extending out towards the east, Klamath Falls, out towards Lakeview, or Klamath Falls, it's moderate but pretty good air over Lakeview, down towards Mount Shasta City, and right around Brookings as well. So again, this is our little bit of a break for right now, because as we go through the day tomorrow, the wind's going to shift out of the west-southwest, and those Smith River Complex fire smoke is going to really start to build up, kind of what we were just looking at. And it's going to move over the Rogue Valley as we go through the day on Thursday, and most likely stick around through the day on Friday as well. Now, the high-level smoke, again, that's going to stick around throughout the region as well. Now, what we're going to be looking at for Thursday is a pretty interesting scenario. There's an area of low pressure that's going to fling up some moisture, if you want to call it that, over towards Lake County, and also again along the Coast Range and along the Oregon coast as well for Thursday afternoon. There's a slight chance that may happen here in the Rogue Valley, but it's not looking quite as likely. But again, you can see some of these spotty reds and oranges indicating some thunderstorms, but the problem with these is that they're going to be moving really fast. They'll have some heavy rain with them, but they're going to move so fast they're going to almost act like dry lightning thunderstorms, so that's not good for the area. In fact, there is a red flag warning, which I'll show you in a second. But once we go past Friday and into Saturday, things dry out and we stay pretty warm as well. And again, that's because this area of low pressure is going to park itself and actually move a little bit more towards the west, and that's going to pump up hot air ahead of it. And then it finally moves onshore as we get towards the early part of next week. And then we may have another repeat scenario 7 to 10 days out. That is a ways out. So currently right now it is 88 degrees in Smoky and Medford. We should drop to about 60 degrees tonight, but 48 in Klamath Falls. And again, we'll see some of that lightning throughout the region, especially out towards Lake County and along the Coast Range as well for tomorrow and into tomorrow night. Again, there is that red flag warning for all areas shaded in red from 5 o'clock through 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday. 97's forecast high for Medford, 70 along Brookings. So we'll stay in the 70s for Thursday, but temperatures staying into the 60s for the rest of the week after that. And Northern California should stay into the 90s through Monday of next week. Klamath Basin, your best chance of rain will be Friday and once again on Tuesday. And the Cascades, temperatures will stay in the 70s and 80s. Smoke lingers for a couple more days. And the Rogue Valley, we're going to stay pretty hot through Sunday, cooling off early next week.
Thank you, Oliver.